Whala's trial is argued before juvenile court judge Susan Hahn. There is no jury.
I don't think he is a murderer. I don't think he is a monster, like the media has painted him to be. He did cause the death of William. I do not think he planned to or meant to kill him.
The 12-year-old defendant appears to be little boy lost in the complex world of legal maneuvering that will determine his future.
I see him as a victim already, and my heart goes out to him. I know it's a process, but I think it's child abuse. All right, that's how I feel about this case.
Prosecutor Joe Brusick says Jason is not a victim, he's a murderer. And to prove it, he calls one of Jason's wrestling pals to the stand. Jerome Gardner, a boy who says he saw Jason abusing little William on several occasions.
When William didn't shut up, what did you see happen next?
He would like body slam him.
You used the words body slam. Where did you get those words?
Wrestling.
What's a jackknife powerbomb?
Powerbomb?
Yes.
It's when you like put them between your legs, lift them up, flip them so their back is facing the ground, and like throw them down.
Is that a wrestling move?
Yes.
Did you ever see him do that to William?
Yes.
How many times?
About 7.
Perhaps the most devastating testimony comes from Jason Whala himself in the form of his audio confession.
You picked William up facing you, and you lifted him up over your head, and you brought him down forward and let him go. Is that right?
Yeah.
So when his head hit the floor, it was a boom sound.
Yeah.
So you knew his head was hitting the floor very hard. You're shaking your head, yes. Did you know that this was hurting him very bad?
Yeah.
At that point, Jason, did you want to hurt William?
Yeah.
When the defense presents its case, Adam Moore's job is damage control. He points the finger at Jason's parents, saying they never should have allowed Jason to babysit. And Moore presents expert testimony that Jason never intended to kill his little cousin.
You know, I don't think there was a deliberate intent to damage him, and certainly not to kill him. But something happened, he hit wrong or something, and there may have been a pre-existing condition that may have set William up for that.
Despite this expert opinion, the prosecution contends that Jason knew exactly what he was doing and exactly what the consequences would be.
You had already knew in your mind that what you were doing to kill him.
Yeah.
Yet you continued. And you told me yourself that if you wouldn't have gotten tired, you probably would have just went ahead and killed him.
Yeah.
Since Jason has already admitted hurting William, the question the judge must ponder is Jason's intent. When it's time to render her verdict, Judge Hahn must weigh all the evidence and decide whether Jason Whala knew what he was doing and is therefore guilty of murder.
The court concludes that Jason did have the capacity to form intent and did, in fact, intentionally assault William on January 16, 1999. That in so doing, he recklessly inflicted substantial bodily harm, injuries which in fact caused the death of William Sweet. Accordingly, the court finds Jason Whala guilty of the crime of second-degree felony murder.
After the stunning verdict, the judge conducted an emotionally charged sentencing hearing, an opportunity for William's family to express their grief and vent their anger at Jason.
As far as I'm concerned, Jason is no longer a part of my family. I will never forgive him for killing William. I think Jason should get the maximum sentence possible. The only thing Jason is sorry about is that he got caught.
Jason Whala is now incarcerated at the Echo Glen Juvenile Detention Facility near Seattle. Jason will remain there until his 18th birthday, when his case will be reevaluated. At that time, Jason could be released or detained at Echo Glen until he's 21. But the victim's mother isn't satisfied.
When he gets out, he will still be young, still be able to have happiness in a family. He is not sorry or remorseful about William's death. The question I've wanted to ask of Jason is why? Why didn't you tell me that you didn't want to watch William? Why didn't you call me if you couldn't handle it? I would have picked William up. Why didn't you tell me about body slamming? Why didn't you tell me that you hated William?
A mother's question that may never be answered. Questions that go to the heart of who is responsible.
What parent, what caregiver leaves an 18-month-old in the care of a 12-year-old? This is neglect. This is not about watching television. This is neglect.
But what role, if any, did professional wrestling play in the death of William Sweet?
Kids, I don't think, are violent by nature. I think they have to learn it. And I just think that this wrestling stuff is just, it's like, they're like celebrities and movie stars, and kids want to be like them. And they don't understand that these wrestlers are really conditioned. Everything's choreographed like a dance.
Defenders of the sport say Jason Whala, not professional wrestling, killed William Sweet. But those close to the case find it hard to draw that distinction.
I don't think that a 12-year-old should be watching pro wrestling a whole lot, believing that it's real. It should be instructed to him that a lot of what he's seeing is not real and that they're acting just like actors do in a movie.
I believe that there's a para-reality created in their minds that you can do violent things to others with no consequences.
Jason watched a lot of wrestling, professional wrestling. He had a lot of wrestling video games. He practiced wrestling moves with his friends. He practiced wrestling moves with William, where he would throw him down repeatedly and cause him literally to shut up by bludgeoning him.
When we come back, the juggernaut of professional wrestling rolls on. We'll hear more from the CEO of the World Wrestling Federation, defending the sport and their merchandising blitz.
What have we got here? No pain, no gain includes crutches, stretcher, freewheeling wheelchair.
We don't target to kids, but kids do watch. They are part of our audience, and they do buy the products.